So you might already have heard about blueSky, which is a relatively new social media platform. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can easily transfer your Twitter content to blueSky in order to build a presence there without too much work by relying automation with tools like Phantombuster, Zapier, and Buffer. I will just start by explaining a bit why blueSky might be relevant as a platform. So blueSky is a relatively recent platform, but it is growing quite fast. It is now in 140 million monthly visits according to SimilarWeb, which make it in terms of traffic size to Tumblr, still far behind Twitter, which is basically what it's trying to copy, but with some interesting traction behind, mainly in the US and UK. So it's like mainly if you're targeting those geography, it is relevant for you to be considering the platform. If you're targeting other geography, it is not that relevant, with the small caveat that according to some articles, like this article by Andy Acker, this platform is quite good at generating traffic to link because the algorithm is not penalizing too much the fact of sharing link on the platform. And there were, for example, The Guardian reporting that they're getting 3 times more traffic from blueSky than from Trade. So it is definitely a social media which has some interests if you want to consider it as a marketing channel. It is still early stage, like it's missing a lot of interesting feature, like having analytics for getting number of views, which is not necessarily a bad thing because it means also you have no distraction from potential vanity metrics, and you can focus on actually sharing content, which is generating traffic to your website and actually will have an impact. How can you easily transfer your Twitter content to blueSky? In this video, I will show a workflow which is leveraging Phantombuster. I will be using Phantombuster specifically because Phantombuster is relying on web scraping. And by doing so, you are not dependent on Twitter API, and so you are not dependent on potential updates on Twitter pricing. In order to use this workflow, you need first to get back is a list of tweets you are posting on Twitter, and for this we'll be using the search export Phantom, which is linked in the description of this video. The reason to use this Phantom is that it has a watcher mode, which will allow you to be running on a regular basis and get information from Twitter. In order to use this Phantom, you will first need to create a search with your list of posts. So the easiest way to do this is to create a search with your username and then just pick the latest post, and this is the search you want to be scraping into Phantombuster for getting information. In terms of behavior, this Phantom can process up to 20 results per launch. I would recommend it to limit to only 3 and rather launch it quite often if you want to have like frequent updates. What is really important is under behavior to be checking the watcher mode. This will mean that the Phantom will reprocess this search every time, and you would get updated list of tweets. In terms of launch setting, I have it set up to be launching once per day. If you are more active on the Twitter, you can be having a like more recurrent launch. Once you have run this Phantom, you will have to copy the URL of the result file and import this into a Google spreadsheet using the formula import data, quotation mark, the URL of your result file, and quotation mark. And this will import the result of the Phantom in the spreadsheet. Now, I recommend you to be adding one filter, which will get rid of everything which is mentioned. As you are working with a search, you might have things which are people mentioning you on Twitter and so on, which are not direct to your content. So you want to filter only the content which you posted yourself. It's quite simple to do. So you just need to copy the header so it's replicated here. But the filter here is just selecting everything which is in this column, and then have a filter on the column C, which is a column with handle name, and have it equal to the name of your profile. So this is specifically a list of tweets that I posted recently on Twitter. And the last step in the workflow will be to post on blueSky every time there is a new line appearing here. So this will be updating on a daily basis every time the Phantom is running, and it needs to be published on blueSky. In order to do this, I'm simply using Zapier, and it is quite straightforward that you just create a Zap which will get information from the Google spreadsheet. So as a trigger, you will go for Google Sheet. The trigger is that you have new or updated row. You will have to connect your Google spreadsheets to have access to this. I'm not going to cover this here, but it's quite a straightforward process. Select the specific spreadsheet that you'll be using here. So mine is called Twitter to blueSky. Select the spreadsheet. So I'm selecting the number 2 where you have the filtration. And you could have technically here any column you want to take, but I'm going to take it with text because text is where we have the information. You can test the trigger. It will just be collecting basically the last tweet which was extracted. And as second, you want to be using buffer. I'm not using blueSky directly here, even so it is available on Zapier. The reason is that blueSky is limited to pro subscription of Zapier. So if you want to be saving some money and have the need of free Zapier, you can go through buffer as a replacement. With the free buffer account, you can be connecting up to 3 accounts. So you will just have to be connecting there your blueSky account. I will be linking a video explaining how to do this. And you want to here have action add to queue, so you will be adding to queue specific tweets that you're collecting from a spreadsheet. Make sure that you want to be then posting it on your blueSky. If you have different account connected to buffer, like I have Twitter and blueSky connected to it, so I want to select to be posting on blueSky. And the text will be information from former stage, which is text, so it's like the body of the Twitter text I have. Media, you can just put no attachment, and like method is just to add to queue. You can be testing the action, and then it will be setting up this automation. One interesting feature of buffer is that it will also prevent you from reposting the same post twice. So in case there is any issue in your workflows that we try to repush the same post, buffer will be filtering out and not actually be sending you this information. If the test is valid, you can just set your automation live, and that will help you start creating some content on blueSky automatically just based on your Twitter content, so you don't have to do any activity, and you are already creating some equity on blueSky. If the platform gets some traction, you have already a presence there,